We would use ratios to communicate how one thing is related to another thing. So for example, imagine I've got a farm. On my farm, the ratios of ducks to chickens is 3 to 2. So what that means is for every 3 ducks, there will be 2 chickens. For every 3 ducks, there will be 2 chickens. Let me make an exact copy of this. So hang on. If I have 6 ducks, then it means that I must have 4 chickens. Let me so notice that if I times this by 2, then I times this side by 2. Let me make an exact copy of this thing here. So if I have another 3 here, another 2 here. So what that means is for every 9 ducks, I will have 6 chickens. So if I times this by 3, then I must times this by 3. So it's a way for us to communicate how one thing is related to another. So if, for every 9 ducks, there would be 6 chickens. Another example is, let's imagine you're making some pancakes, and for every 2 eggs, you must put 5 spoons of sugar. So if you have 4 eggs, so that means you times this by 2, then you've got to times this by 2, times this by 2. So for every 4 eggs, you must put 10 spoons of sugar. If I times this by 3, if you want to make a lot of pancakes, then if you have 6 eggs, then make sure you put 15 spoons of sugar. So ratios is just really a way for us to communicate how one thing is related to another thing, how one thing is related to another thing. And the reason why we would simplify is because of this. Let's say you're given this ratio here. Rather than saying, oh, for every 9 ducks, there are 6 chickens, rather than using this ratio, we would simplify it. So divide this by 3. So meaning divide this by 3, and then divide this by 3 as well. So that means 3, and then 6 divided by 3 would be 2. So rather than using this ratio, which is complicated, we would simplify it to use this ratio. It's a lot cleaner and easier to work with, 3 and 2 rather than 9 and 6. So for example, this one here, rather than saying a ratio of 15 to 6, let's divide this by 3, divide this by 3. So that would be 2 and 5. So rather than using a ratio of 15 to 6, we would use a ratio of 5 to 2. Okay?